What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we got some interesting news. As undefeated superstar welterweight title contender, 27 wins, no losses, no draws, 25 wins by way of knockout, Jarron Boots Ennis could possibly make his ring return against opponent TBA to be announced on the undercard of the highly anticipated showdown, Unification Showdown, between undefeated unified WBC IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be top 3 pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and Errol the True Spence Jr., and legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer, Manny Pacquiao, who's the WBA super champion. This is scheduled to take place August 21st. And now, reports and sources are telling me that it's possible Jarron Boots Ennis could be on this undercard. And they're looking to make it an all-welterweight undercard by another source that first revealed this, and I had to do my research to see if the possibility was true. And it's looking like it's a strong possibility. We can get Jarron Boots Ennis, 23 years old, 5'10", 74-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was April 10th of this year when he took on and defeated Sergey Lipinets in dramatic fashion, got a knockout victory. Now, we know that WBA regular champion Cuban star boxer Yordenis Ugas, he stated that he's going to be the co-main event on that night to Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao. This is, compensation for they made Yordenis Ugas the super champion. They elevated him super champion due to Manny Pacquiao's inactivity. And now they're going to take that title from him and reinstate Manny Pacquiao as the super champion. So with that said, he says he's being compensated for that situation and how it's played out. And he says he's going to be the co-main event. Now, there's talks that it could possibly be Jarron Ennis versus Custio Clayton. Okay? Custio Clayton, Custio Clayton fought Sergey Lipinets, and the fight ended in a draw, which it truly should have been a victory for Custio Clayton. It ended in a majority draw, and Custio Clayton still undefeated, 18 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, stands at 5'9" with a 69.5-inch arm reach, okay? Ended in a draw. That was the last time we saw him in the ring. That was October 24th of 2020, of last year. Now, Custio Clayton, he did an interview. He stated that Jarron Ennis, his father, trainer, and manager, Bozy, were in contact with Custio Clayton. They offered the fight to him a few times and he turned it down. And now he says that he feels like he's in position where he don't mind taking the fight. So he says he expects them to make another offer and he would accept the fight. So it's a strong possibility that we could get Custio Clayton on the undercard against Jarron Boots Ennis. But now, I would much rather see Yordenis Ugas, WBA regular champion, give Jarron Ennis the fight. Yordenis Ugas, 26 wins, 4 losses, 12 wins, no draws, 12 wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, stands at 5'9" with a 69-inch arm reach. Okay, I think if Jarron Ennis versus Yordenis Ugas as the co-main event would be enormous. Now, we know former unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman, he has been petitioning to get an opportunity to fight Yordenis Ugas as he was the WBA champion, super champion, and he lost that title back in July 2019 to Manny Pacquiao. That's how Manny Pacquiao picked up the belt. So Keith Thurman, he's been campaigning to try and get an opportunity to fight Yordenis Ugas because he wants to put himself back in title contention. And if he beats Yordenis Ugas, well, he'll make himself the mandatory for the super title, and he can face the winner, possibly Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence. But Errol Spence, should he be victorious, he's looking to face off against undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the WBO welterweight world champion, who's widely considered by many to be the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, and Terrence Bud Crawford. They make up for the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, that being Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence stated that, after this fight, Manny Pacquiao, he already informed Al Heyman that that's the fight that he wants to make the fight happen between himself and Terrence Crawford. Says, I'm going to cross the side of the street, knock on the door of Top Rank, and ask them, let's make it happen. Well, he may not even have to do that, because there's a possibility that Terrence Crawford, well, he may just buy a house on his side of the street as he becomes a free agent in October. So with that said, I would much rather see Yordenis Ugas versus Jarron Ennis. Okay, I think that would be a huge fight. Now, no, there's a ranking system. He has to be in the top 10 ranking system of the sanctioned body, but it's a big fight. Why not give Jarron Ennis the opportunity? That would be a huge co-main event. That would be an enormous co-main event, because everybody wants to see Jarron Ennis in action against another step-up level of opponent. After we saw him against Sergey Lipinets put on a masterclass performance and get a knockout victory, it would be enormous to sell Jarron Ennis, who primarily fights on Showtime. I'm surprised to see him mentioned on the Fox pay-per-view, but Jarron Ennis, who's managed by Cameron Duncan, this would be a huge opportunity if he was able to fight for the WBA regular title. As Jarron Ennis, yes, he's still young, 23 years of age, but he's shown physically he's ready to step up. This would be a huge step up. Now, it's a good fight versus Custio Clayton for Jarron Ennis. I would much rather see him fight, Yordenis Ugas. I think that would be a step-up fight for Yordenis Ugas. It would be a way for Yordenis Ugas to truly announce himself. He had to fight with Sean Porter, 2-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, and he came up short in the fight. Many people thought he won the fight. Keith Thurman is being linked to Sean Porter in a rematch, okay? So Keith Thurman doesn't seem like the play for the co-main event. And if it's a co-main event, a fight of this magnitude, Jarron Ennis is not going to break the bank, and neither is Yordenis Ugas. This would be a great fight for both guys. It would be an anticipated co-main event. You understand? The fight between Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao is already anticipated, but you put Jarron Ennis and Yordenis Ugas as the co-main event, well, that's going to speak volumes, and a lot of intrigue is going to be paid attention to. And on top of it, you're building up a young star, right? Or you're building up a future fight between Yordenis Ugas and the winner of the fight, or Yordenis Ugas, he gets to face off against, if Errol Spence, he stated that if he can't land the Terrence Crawford fight, then he would vacate the belts and move up to junior middleweight. Okay, so if that is the case and he vacates the belts, well, then Yordenis Ugas beating Jarron Boots Ennis, well, that places Yordenis Ugas in position, to fight for another big fight and to fight for a vacant WBA Super Championship title. Could possibly be a fight that he's been seeking as well with Terrence Crawford. Okay, so it just opens the door for many other avenues, and I think it makes for a very, very exciting fight. Not to take anything away from Custio Clayton, but he's not a well-known commodity, and you're trying to bring up the stock and star power of your Jarron Boots Ennis. You put him in the ring with Yordenis Ugas. It's a great step-up fight. It's a way to Yordenis Ugas to prove he belongs on the big stage. And it's a big step-up, huge step-up fight for Jarron Ennis to truly see what he brings to the table. So I believe that would be the best option for the co-main event. But with that said, it looks like Custio Clayton is going to lead the charge. Another name I would love to see Jarron Ennis fight on that card would be Jamal James himself. Okay, there's possibility that Jamal James could be featured on the card from my sources. But I would love to see, like I said, Jamal James against Jarron Boots Ennis. But ultimately, my number one option would be to see Jarron Ennis versus Yordenis Ugas. I think that makes all the sense in the world. Okay, it's looking like it could possibly be an all welterweight card, like the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight that's going to schedule to take place July 24th. It looked like that could be that's going to be an all heavyweight card. So we can get an all welterweight card, but I believe that Jarron Ennis should be facing Yordenis Ugas. It piques the interest of the fans. It helps either fighter who wins blossom, and it just speaks volumes. Okay, so we got to see how it plays out, but that's what the sources are saying, that Jarron Ennis could possibly be featured on Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao's undercard. It's looking like Custio Clayton could be leading the charge as the opponent. Custio Clayton himself, he did an interview. He says he expects to get a phone call from Jarron Boots Ennis. Once again, he said he turned him down a few times. He had the option to fight him, but now he feels like he'll accept it. But like I said, if you got Yordenis Ugas as the co-main event without an opponent, official opponent, well, why not make that Jarron Boots Ennis? So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. It's already a massive pay-per-view card. What better way to sell it than to have Jarron Boots Ennis versus Yordenis Ugas as the co-main event? That speaks volumes. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Alicia Baumgartner, you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.